Hello, YouTube. Welcome to our YouTube channel. It's P4 Garage. This is where my family and me will be posting videos of projects that we do. Anything from race Jeeps to old trucks to hot rods and old Jeeps, more old Jeeps, to side-by-sides and the quads. Hope you enjoy. Tune in. Hey there. I just want to sit down, do a little one-on-one, and talk a little bit about myself, tell you about myself. A couple minutes ago, you saw my wife, Sarah. She was driving the side-by-side. Jameson, my youngest, he was in the passenger seat. My Hunter is my oldest, and he was on the quad. So we'll all be a part of these videos here and there. It'll be mostly me, but we all will be part of them at some point. Some of the stuff that we like to do, we do the off-road racing, just local stuff. We don't go super far away, none of the big stuff. We like to go off-roading. We have a CJ5 that I just bought for my father-in-law and trying to make it big enough for my family to be in. So one of these days I'll be a project of stretching it. I'm going to put automatic in it, maybe possibly swap the engine out of it, do a couple of upgrades, see how it goes. I have a couple of vehicles I'm going to be working on, a couple of Jeep Wagoneers I'm going to be working on. Between builds, I want to build some furniture. I built a couple of years ago. I built a rock and bench, leaf springs and reclaimed lumber. Turned out pretty good, and I want to do a couple more of those probably here in a couple months. I'm going to do some RC cars. My kids are really big into RC cars. I've built a couple RC tracks, so tinkering with those, learning about those more, building more tracks. I have an indoor one that's getting pretty beaten up right now for the little 24 scale RC cars. So I want to get those built, another one of those built, so that way the kids could keep on playing with that. Maybe at some point I'll make a video of just how I built that one and then how the new ones I get built. But for now, I'm going to focus on the new race rig chassis. I want to be able to have better handling while going off-roading, not as rough, a little bit smoother ride. So just so that way I can handle the corners a little bit more with a little bit more power. So that's the main priority. Try to get the whole thing done by March, April. I got a little bit of property in the back that I can test drive it on, just to see how it handles. And this whole thing, the class we run in, it's called street and trail. So it has to have headlights, taillights, has to be street legal. So everything I do has to keep it street legal. So that way it could run that class and we could keep up with the big dogs in that class. Really, this portion of the video is just kind of talking about myself a little bit more. I'm the main bread runner of the house. My wife is a stay-at-home mom. She absolutely loves it. We're trying to keep it that way. We live in the Pacific Northwest, up by here in Washington State, near Seattle, Tacoma area. So it rains. Like right now, it's raining outside pretty hard. A little windy, nothing too bad. And then, so every now and then the videos you'll hear rain and the wind and stuff like that. I work a lot in the shop at nights, so that's when you really hear it. I won't really have the roll-up doors open. On Fridays, I'll do a little bit filming during the daytime. So, but I work full time. I work 410s Monday through Thursday. So I get Friday, Saturday, Sundays off most of the time. Sometimes I work overtime on those days. So, but if these videos catch on and you like what I'm putting out, then definitely subscribe. And so that way, more subscribers I get, more chance I'll do more of these videos more often. So please keep me busy by watching these, and I'm trying to entertain you the best I can. So I really do enjoy working in the shop. Like working on metal work, woodwork, anything really, as long as it pertains to being in the shop. Trying to teach my kids to do the same way. I don't like them being on video games all the time, and most of the time they're not. They actually enjoy being outside with me. This in a couple minutes, the next portion of my video will be starting, and that'll be my oldest kid and me starting to strip this chassis down. And we actually got quite a bit of it stripped down already. Next thing I'm going to do, since it's late tonight, is I'm going to go to bed. And tomorrow at some point, I'm going to come out here and get this rear axle ripped apart because the brakes are locked up on it. And I'd like to get those to roll a lot better. So that way, when we undo the axle and actually roll it forward, it'll actually roll better. If not, then I'll deal with it at a different time. So, and I'll start pulling the axle off and actually rolling it forward and see how it looks. So we will go from there, and I hope you all have a good evening, and I will catch you tomorrow. Okay, so this is going to be our first major project of the channel. This is a 1978 Jeep Wagoneer 4-door. We've been racing this. Me and the family have been racing this for the last couple of years. Last year we didn't hit any races just because, price of everything. But this year we are going to aim to actually make it to most of the races. But before we do, it's going to get a complete makeover by getting switched over to Chevy drivetrain, and it's actually going to get a whole new chassis. It's going to get a IFS front suspension put underneath it, because the last major race that we went to, I hit a bump a little too hard and got not majorly hurt, but hurt for a few days. My back was hurting, so the whole front end came up off the ground and hit pretty hard. So now we're going to go IFS, and we're going to go a Turbo 3 or Turbo 400, and then we're going to go NP241C transfer case, and then we're going to do 1-ton axles. So it should be pretty interesting to see how it turns out. So we should be able to pull this in next couple weeks and actually take the body and roll cage off, and then the frame drivetrain of this one will actually go underneath that Jeep to get that one up and running. So that should be another fun project to do. And then here in just a second, I'm going to pause this, and we're going to go take a look at the chassis it's going on to. So this here is going to be the chassis it's going to go on to. It's a 1989 Chevy 1-ton single wheel. Has the IFS in the front, torsion bars. Then they had the 454 originally, but the engine blew up. So I'm actually going to put a Chevy 350 in it that has power pack heads. So the overall goal for this build is, 1, to have a smoother ride going over bumps with the IFS. 2, to actually have, with that motor, have high end torque at lower RPMs to be able to make it out of the holes quicker. So this should be pretty interesting build to do. I have to take a total of 26 inches out of this frame. And I think what the plan is, I'm actually going to unbolt the rear axle and just slide it forward and cut the frame off the back. So stay tuned, and we will start the process of stripping everything out that we don't need, from the fuel tank to the exhaust to the torsion bar setup. We're going to take the torsion bars out, and actually I have coilover shocks out of a Ford Ranger, brand new Ford Ranger. I'm going to put up front to give a smoother ride. So that should be interesting. I'm also thinking about moving the engine back about 6 inches and dropping the engine transmission down a couple inches. And with this chassis, it should still give me plenty of clearance or it should be still flush with the bottom of the frame once I actually drop everything down. So I still plan on putting a skid plate on it, but with it being the IFS, I don't have to worry about the front differential going up and down, so I can actually run the skid plate all the way up to that and make it one whole piece as needed. So, thank you. So me and my kid just got done stripping this chassis down quite a bit. We got the fuel tank out. We got all the fuel lines off. We got all the electrical stuff out the back. We got the rear bumper hangers off. We got the trailer hitch that was on the back off. And then even did a little bit of work to get the spare tire hanger off there too. Just kind of going through, removing a few things here and there, but it's mainly stripped down. And so tomorrow I will need to fix the brakes on it and then unbolt the rear end and possibly slide it forward. But first thing in the morning, I'm not taking the load to the scrap because I got a bunch of scrap metal that needs to go now. So hope you guys all have a good evening. And I didn't realize that the phone battery had died while doing stripping the chassis. So I didn't realize it until my kid was getting ready to go inside to go to bed. So sorry you guys missed most of it, but I think on the video there is the fuel tank removal and the trailer hitch remover and the spare tire removal. I think. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. So thank you for watching. Hey, it's a new day, and I got an early start this morning. Took a load of scrap metal to the scrap yard, and then spent the rest of the day with the family. When I was late at night, and they're all asleep, so we were going to focus on getting these tires off and getting these brakes loosened up, so that way the chassis can roll and the axle will roll whenever I bolt it. Make it a lot easier to move things around. So hope you enjoy. Okay, so we got mostly freed up. There's still a little bit of drag in them, so maybe I'll have to loosen up the shoes some. If I figure this out for price wise, I might be doing I like to do a disc conversion onto this instead of having these drums. But this whole build is all about doing a budget friendly setup. So that's just how our whole race rig has been. We don't have the money to buy a brand new parts on everything. I'd like to, but we don't. Um, Other people in the racing community actually spend thousands and thousands of dollars on just one part, and so I don't have that luxury. I got family support and other things to buy. But so all this work I'll be doing will be budget friendly. So this is the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please subscribe, and on the next video we will be taking this axle off, taking the leaf springs off, cutting the leaf spring perches off, and even cutting the frame down. We got to take 26 inches off the back end here. So, and then on the coming up one, we will, once we get the leaf springs off, I think we're going to unbolt the leaf spring packs, take a couple leaf springs out of it, or a couple leaves out of the pack, put it back together, and I have a interesting idea to do on this. That it's an old school trick for it's kind of a coilover setup, but it's with leaf springs instead. So we'll see. We'll see how it turns out. If not, then we'll get some different leaf springs and put it back to full leaf springs and just race it like that. So hope you subscribe. Hope you tune in for the next episode and keep me busy.